of the different legislations in the country relating to ragging. It has been very rightly said by all the dignitaries still in the dais that as you all are involved with very serious professional course, where after completing the course you are going to be very big doctors and dentists. There is no time left in your so-called domain to at all get into ragging or different types of bullying the young students. But as I have been asked to actually speak about the laws, let me tell you there are very strong legislations in the country if at all it basically happens. So if I can go into the individual laws, firstly speaking that the judgment I can refer to at least one or two. It's like there is a so-called Supreme Court judgment in University of Kerala versus Council of Principals College Kerala. This is a judgment whereby there has been a definition as to what actually constitutes ragging. It says that any disorderly conduct by either words spoken or teasing or treating or handling with rudeness with any other student. কিছুক্ষণ আগে যে কথাটা বলা হয়েছে যে কাউকে একটা সিনিয়র জুনিয়রের সাথে কথা বলার সময় যদি ফোর্সফুলি দ্য পারসন স্পিক্স দ্যাট ইজ নট রাইট কিন্তু প্রশ্ন আসছে যে if a kind of favor is being asked on the part of the senior towards the junior then that involves ragging. Then also any rowdy or undisciplined activity which causes annoyance, hardship or psychological harm. এটা দেখা যায় যে students when they come down to a new institution at the very beginning they are generally very new to the system. In that system they require a kind of a good behavior in respect of all the so-called fraternity. So if they are not getting it and thereafter they are asked to do a certain type of favor which is generally very serious and something that which can also include academic favors that can also lead to ragging. There is also raising fear or apprehension thereof in the minds of the junior students and asking the students to do an act or perform something which such student will not do in ordinary course. মানে যদি ওই ফোর্সফুলি এরকম ভাবে কেউ না বলে যে আই এম আ পার্ট অফ দিস পার্টিকুলার কমিটি আর আমার কথা না শুনলে এই হতে পারে ওই হতে পারে in that tone if the person is not forcing তাহলে the other junior student is not going to hear or do that particular act. So that is also ragging. Now coming down to the legislations, what we basically say is that if no law specific is there for any type of harm, always the Indian Penal Code 1860 that has a number of provisions for that. I will come down to the individual provisions. There is also this UGC regulations on curbing the menace of ragging in higher education institutions 2009 and there are other institute specific regulations. Now regarding punishments, I'll take up the punishments that are there, which are actually there under the Indian Penal Code, not going into imprisonment and fine and all those are very detailed as such, but I can at least knock down in the context of the so-called course of action. The first thing that has to be done that if serious ragging at all takes place, there has to be an FIR that has to be filed before the local police station. Already, it has been told by the IC of the police station. There are individual provisions of IPC. I mean, যেগুলো বললাম যে Indian Penal Code there are provisions like section 294 speaks about obscene acts and songs. যদি সেই ছাত্র বা ছাত্রীকে they have been asked to do that. Second is 323 punishment for voluntarily causing harm. কোন কাজের মধ্যে দিয়ে the person is being harmed physically, then there is a provision. Section 324 voluntarily causing harm by dangerous weapon or means. Section 325 punishment for voluntarily causing grievous hurt. 326 voluntarily causing grievous hurt by dangerous weapon. এগুলো হয়তো বাড়াবাড়ি লেভেলে চলে যাচ্ছে হয়তো weapon and other things are not being carried in dental institutions I basically know. Even then I am just mentioning the provision. 339 speaks about wrongful restraint. 340 wrongful confinement. And 341 punishment for wrongful restraint and punishment for wrongful confinement. And also 506 which has punishment for culpable homicide not amounting to murder. যদি সেরকম worst case হয়ে যায় যে suicide করতে হয় on the part of the student. One interesting thing is that it has been mandatory in all the so-called institutions for the time being in India. That is an affidavit on the part of the student. A student during admission process has to file an affidavit along with his parents or guardian's signature stating that he will not be ragging any other student directly or indirectly. In fact, we do the same thing in JIS University also. There are different departments over there, law department, management department. The moment the student enters the institution, we make them enter this particular affidavit. It is supposed to be notarized, which they basically do it. And thereafter it's a kind of an undertaking whereby the student is not going to get involved in any form of ragging. There is an anti-ragging committee that is required. Every institution shall constitute a committee to be known as an anti-ragging committee. For example, this Guru Nanak Dental Institution, they basically have it. And it is to be nominated and headed by the head of the institution. And it should consist of representatives of civil and police administration. You can see for yourself who are the members. Local media, non-government organizations involved in youth activities, representatives of faculty members, representatives of parents, representatives of students belonging to the freshers category, and also non-teaching staff. These are the members who form part of this anti-ragging committee. Then one interesting thing is that the Medical Council of India has made Medical Council of India Prevention and Prohibition of Ragging in Medical Colleges and Institutions regulation in 2009 under section 33 of Indian Medical Council Act 1956. The Dental Council has similar type of prevention and prohibition of ragging regulations. So as you all are involved in study of medicines and dentistry, so you are going to be directly guided by the Dental Council of India regulations. So I am ending over here. I am not going into many more different legislations altogether. All of you have just come in. It's a new course that you all are engaged in. Amra asha korbo that you all shine very well and bring accolades for the entire state and also your institution. At this point of time, just because the regulation and just because we are also supposed to let you know that there are provisions in place, if there is infringement of the law, kothay jete hobe, kemon bhabe jete hobe. Besides, JIS University also has a legal aid cell. কারণ কোন ধরনের আইনি সহায়তা দরকার লাগলে you can contact your principals and contact us. We can actually tell you as to where to go, because these days there are district legal services authority and state legal services authority also. I mean, where if a person is not qualified, they can provide you advocates if case is being registered. But having said that, I mean, asha kori nothing of these respective legislations are at all required on your part, and your life in the entire dental institute is going to be absolutely, rosy as such. All are very meritorious students, so I expect best of luck to all of you. Thanks all.